What's up, my cranky boys? You like scary games? Oh, I bet you do. FNAF poster. Today I'm going to be talking about a horror game that a good majority of you probably have either never heard of or just never played. And you know, I was like you once. I understand. But I played it. I did play it. I did. I'm here to tell you, you should too. I'm here, right here, in this spot, in this room, recommending you the video game known as Gylt. Gylt was originally released in late 2019 and developed by the beautiful Tequila Works, the same beautiful bastards behind both Rime and The Sexy Brutale. Never played those games, but they're always on my Steam store page, so I assume people like them. Can't say that for Gylt though, never seen that in my life. People hate Gylt, people hate it. Fucking beta-ass game. Now those of you who maybe have come across Gylt's just a wild Gylt in the Steam store page, you might be thinking, you just said that Gylt was released in late 2019, but Steam clearly says it was released in July 2023. Fuck you! I mean, please, you embarrass yourself. Gylt was released on all platforms July 6, 2023, yes, such a beautiful day for humanity. But this was not the first time the world has been blessed. For you see, Gylt was originally a platform exclusive. Your brain must be spinning right now, jumping around excitedly, wondering, oh my god, what wonderful platform could have hosted this amazing game. It must be some great platform that I've just never heard of for some reason. It must be amazing though. Now let me tell you, there's a reason this game has never been heard of. And you're not gonna like it. And it's because for nearly 4 whole years, this game was exclusive to Google Stadia. I know, real seal of quality, that one. I don't need to go into details about Stadia here. That's not what this is about. This is about Gylt. Fuck Stadia. But no one gave a flying fuck about it. And as such, Gylt and the other Stadia exclusive games were casualties of this. I believe some game about some like Shrek orc guys that was like popular, but it was a Stadia exclusive. Orcs, something about like orcs needing to die, I think. Like, true though, they do. And Gylt being a small game from a small, tiny little indie bitch did not help either. Then by the time it was actually released this year on consoles and on Steam, it was too late. The damage had been done. That's why I'm here to tell you right now, right in this spot, that Gylt is worth copping this litmus, as the kids say. I wanna fucking die. Now that the crybaby backstory is out of the way, I can finally talk about the game. When we start the game, we are immediately introduced to our protagonist, Sally. That's you, by the way. Sally is a stupid little girl who's a little sad because her dumb little cousin Emily is missing or something. Jeez, get over it, dork. Then some young fellas come to laugh at Sally for her cousin being missing and give her a 5-star chase until she falls down a cliff into a ditch. Pretty funny prank if you ask me. Now, as some of you may have noticed, this game does have a motion comic style for its cutscenes. Not all of them, but a majority of them do have this. You know, it's kind of like Security Breach. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. But unlike that game, this one doesn't suck dick. But, you know, in relevance to this current topic, the cutscenes look good. They don't look funny, at least not all the time. I only laughed a couple times at the comic, but, you know, it good. Yes, it good. Little Sally runs through the trenches escaping the bullies and decides to take the old cable car back into town so she can go home and probably cry. But this old fuck, remember him, he's important. It will be on the test. He loves tickets. Oh, he fucking loves tickets. So much that he demands Sally she must get a ticket or he will not let her on. Remember this. This is important. He hates tickets. No, he loves tickets. See, I'm gonna fail. So Sally goes to get her ticket, but when she comes back, she realizes the old man is not there. Poor Sally is being pranked left and right today, and I must say, I am a fan. Keep it up, boys. She takes the cable car down into town, but oh balls, we are not in Kansas anymore. The entire town has been completely deserted and transformed, becoming a pretty accurate depiction of Nashville, which is good. I don't think we have much in gaming, but this is nice. Monsters are also now all over the place, and for being what some would dub horror for kids, some of the designs are actually pretty funky. This is where the entire story takes place moving forward in this little spooky town. You get to explore plenty of cool buildings, I think like 3 or 4, such as the school and the arcade. The arcade is my favorite. Oh yeah, and also you find out that your missing cousin is here and now your mission is to save her, but for some strange reason it seems like she's always running away from you. and that's because she is, and she outright tells you to fuck off at least twice. Real quick, just wanted to comment on the game's art direction. It looks pretty sexy. It's kind of like what Hello Neighbor was going for, but like, if it was good, that's sort of like, you know, stop motion style. Specifically, I would like to compare this game, specifically the characters, to the Box Trolls. Speaking of game, let's talk about gameplay. You see what I did there? Clever, right? I'm so smart. Basically, it's Alan Wake for kids. Well, it at least contains its own version of the flashlight mechanics from Alan Wake. In this game, in order to combat the grunt monsters just roaming the streets, you have to direct your flashlight beam onto weak points that the monsters have on their sexy little bodies. Destroy 3 and a winner. As you would expect, using these focused beams takes battery, and you must find batteries lying around in order to replenish it, or you're screwed. Run out of batteries with none around, and you're forced to run, hide, and dodge your way through encounters. Also, I forgot to add this in my notes, but I'm pretty sure you can push. You can give them a little push. You can, like, imagine how you were in front of me and I just pushed you because you're a dork and you have a missing cousin. There are also some neat little zappy traps lying around that you can lure monsters into for an easy victory royale. Fortnite. Love Fortnite. Five Nights at Freddy. You can find vending machines scattered throughout, which will give you a nice tasty soda pop. You can throw the cans to lure monsters over to certain areas, allowing you to sneak by, or even use them to hit buttons, though that specific use was only present a couple of times. Puzzles are also found throughout the game, and none of them are really too hard except for one I spent way too much time on. I was just really feeling stupid that day, but they are here. I'll just include this here, but it's very difficult to talk about this game without getting into spoilers. The game is very short, only about 3 hours long, so everything is nice and compact, and things, they kind of just breeze by. So because of that short time, it's hard to determine at points which can and can't be considered a spoiler. I'm trying to avoid giving away too much, because the whole point of this video is to get you to try the game out yourself, but I will say that at one point you are introduced to a new tool, and at another point you are introduced to a new scenario, and both change up the gameplay loop in meaningful enough ways to keep you engaged. There are a few boss encounters scattered throughout. Half involve you hiding the entire time like the little missing cousin dork you are, and the other half are head-on battles. Look at you, you finally grew some balls, you fucking pathetic. They aren't anything special, but they are interesting enough to be fun little intermissions between normal gameplay. Moving on to the story, because that's part of a game too, yes. As you might have picked up from my summary of the game's opening, and also the way I've been talking about you, Sally, the protagonist, this entire time, you can probably pick up that one of the major themes in this game is about bullying. You fucking loser. Guilta deals a lot with the topic of bullying, and it is the major theme throughout the whole experience. Walking around specifically the halls of the school, you'll see mannequins everywhere, and many of them are depicting scenes of bullying. Some will be pointing and laughing at a sad mannequin curled up in the corner. Another set of mannequins may be shoving another mannequin into a locker. Fucking dork. There are also writings scattered across the wall calling you some very profane things. Only this is not a mature rated game, so the worst they could come up with and get away with is Poopy Head, which kind of breaks immersion a little bit. It's very funny though. But you know what else makes me smile? Just whenever you guys hit that subscribe button. I love when you hit the subscribe button. I love you. Unless you don't hit the subscribe button, then I fucking hate you. In addition to all that junk, you can find writings scattered around as collectibles, and you can eventually infer these to be from your missing cousin Emily. She writes about how badly she's treated at school, how the mean kids always make fun of her, and worst of all, how Sally, that's you by the way, was being kind of a dick. Your poor cousin just wanted friends because she was struggling so hard to fit in. She wanted so desperately for you to let her hang out with you and your friends, but you just ignored her. What the fuck is wrong with you? The journals are good. I actually like them for a little bit of backstory purposes. The game never dives too deep into the topic of bullying, but I don't think it needs to. Again, the game is only 3 hours long, and I think they did enough to make you feel for both Emily and main character Sally. That's you, by the way. Well, we've made it this far. All that's left to be discussed now are the endings. Yes, there are multiple endings. Obviously, this includes major spoilers. So, you have 5 seconds if you don't want me to spoil the game for you. So that's 5 seconds. You have 5 seconds, but from when I first said 5 seconds, so it could cut off now and I wouldn't even. So yeah, the story progresses, blah blah blah, and you eventually catch up to Emily. As was foreshadowed by the journals, assuming you found them that is, Emily reveals she's been running from you because you never helped her when she was being bullied at school and couldn't find any friends because of you. Your fault. Emily now views Sally as a monster and even says that of all the bullies, she was the worst of them. Sally may not have picked on her little cousin, but she didn't help either, and according to the game, she deserves to die for that. Pretty based. I'm skipping over the whole section with the giant scary dude that swipes Emily because it's not relevant for this current discussion, but I did want to add that the chase scene where you're looking through the POV from the dude's mouth is pretty neat. Anyway, you and Emily run back to the cable car to leave, but it seems you have forgotten something crucial. I even told you this was gonna be on the test. You can't ride without a ticket, and Bucko, you only got one. Then the old man from the beginning, he's been here the whole time by the way, I just didn't find it relevant to mention until now. I told you to remember him though, so I did my job. Fuck you, I'm good at this. I'm good at this. But yeah, the old man from the beginning, his stance on the matter is very clear. In his own words,
Sally, you know why you're here. Give Emily your ticket. Make things right. Hurry up.
So yeah, in one ending you give Emily the ticket and you are left to die for being a useless bystander, with Emily going back to school the next day alone, passing a missing poster of Sally. On the opposite end, you can choose to leave yourself without Emily, and this one sucks for other reasons. Sally, and therefore you, are just a selfish dick in this ending. What the fuck? Why you keep doing this? She justifies her actions by saying none of this was her fault. It wasn't her fault that Emily was bullied or went missing, but she was still forced to go through all that gumbo shit for her, only to be told that only one of them would be able to leave. And I mean, true, I guess, but what the hell, bro? Not cool. She also states that she probably only went looking for Emily in the first place to save her own skin, because if you remember in the beginning there were those epic bullies who laughed at her for having a missing cousin, and basically she just wanted to stop all the bullying on herself by finding Emily so that people couldn't laugh at her anymore for having a missing cousin. But I'll still laugh at you for being a dork, and you're a mean dork. I fucking hate you. I'm considering this not canon because it just negates the entire journey up until that point and makes everything mean nothing. And by not canon, I know this isn't the actual canon ending, but what I mean is I'm not going to count her reasoning for trying to find Emily as canon. Both of these are the bad endings. One is just significantly worse. The badder ending. The baddie ending. Oh, that's my ending. But if those are the bad endings, then what's the good ending? I didn't mention this before, but there is another form of collectibles you can acquire, these being the hardest to attain. Basically, there are little blood quartz thingies scattered throughout the town, and you can change these into ticket fragments. Collect enough, and at the end, when you're prompted to make the choice, you can now select the old man, and he'll transform all of your ticket fragments into a completed ticket, so both you and Emily can leave together as happy, now loving cousins. Not like love, you know what I mean. And with that, the game ends. And 3 hours of your life have been well spent, assuming you got the true ending. I didn't. I had looked it up. Guilt. Very fun game. Very good. 2 of the 3 endings aren't that great, sure, but that doesn't mean everything before it was due to as well. The characters, the story, the world. It's all compelling enough that I think you'll regret not giving this game a chance. If you're looking for a short new game to play this holiday season, then I think Guilt is definitely one you should check out. Also, just any season. Fuck, I don't know. Christmas theme. I'm supposed to wear the hat! Fuck! I would like to apologize, for it seems in my haste, I have forgotten the most important thing. Fuck. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Hatsune Miku will be very mad if you don't. Five Nights at Freddy's. Also, by the way, go to my Spotify. I make music if you didn't know. In fact, I made a remix of this game's theme called Sally's Lullaby. That's not the name of my song, it's the name of their song. Well, I guess it's the name of my song in turn too, but fuck you. I don't know if I've used it in this video up until now, but you know, if not, just check it out, give it a listen, please. Should I release this? I don't know, should I? Do you think I should?